Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we want to connect our React application to getEmployee REST API, and we need to populate the response of this REST API in a update employee form. Well, if you go to our React application, so here we have a update employee form. So in order to update the employee, we have to populate that employee data in the update employee form, isn't it? So in order to do that, let us connect our React application to getEmployee REST API and populate the response of this REST API in a update employee form. For example, if you look at the screenshot over here, we are going to populate the update employee form with the data like first name, last name and email like this. Alright, great. Next, let us take a look into the development steps. In an employee service, let us write the REST client code to call getEmployee REST API using Axios. Next, we will use useEffect hook to populate the employee data in the form for update operation. Next, we will test all these changes. Alright, so first step is, in an employee service, let us write the REST client code to call getEmployee REST API using Axios. So let us go to our project and go to employee service.js file, and here let us write the REST client code to call getEmployee REST API. So let us create the arrow function and let us export it. So here export const, and let us give the variable name getEmployee, and this method takes employee ID as a parameter, and then arrow symbol, and then call Axios dot get. Well, in order to make the HTTP GET request, we can use get method over here and then pass REST API base URL. Next, we need to append this employee ID to this base URL. So here single quote slash and then employee ID. Perfect. Now we have written a REST client code to call getEmployee REST API using Axios.get method. Next, let us take a look into next step. Next step is use useEffect hook to populate the employee data in the form for update operation. So let us go back to our project and go to employee component over here. So let me minimize this. Next, go to employee component. Within employee component, here let's call useEffect hook, and notice here useEffect hook takes two parameters. First parameter is a callback function, second parameter is a dependency list. So let us call useEffect hook and let us pass first parameter as a arrow function, second parameter is a dependency list. So here let us add ID as a dependency. Okay, perfect. Next, within a useEffect hook, let us write the logic like if ID is present, then we'll populate the update employee form with the response of the REST API. So here just call getEmployee method from employee service and then pass employee ID as a parameter to this method, and then call then method and then a response object and then arrow function. So next we have to set the data from response to these state variables. For example, here we have state variables like first name, last name, email, and we have to set the data to these state variables using the respective methods. Okay, so here just call set first name method and then pass response dot data dot first name. Similarly, let us call set last name method and then pass response dot data dot last name. Next, set email and then response dot data dot email. Perfect. Next, let us have also a catch block, catch and then error object and then arrow function, console dot error method and then pass error object. Perfect. Next, let us take a look into next step. Next step is test above changes. So let us go back to our project and look at here our application is up and running in a development server. Next, let us go to browser and here go to list of employees page and just go ahead and click on this update button, and there we go. You can able to see here the update employee form is populated with the data like first name Sanjay, last name Jadhav, email sanjay@gmail.com. Okay, now you might be wondering how this data is displayed in this input text box. Well, let me explain that. So go to VS Code ID again, go to employee component over here, and here we have called get employee method. It returns the response of the REST API, and here we are using set first name method to set the response, that is first name, to the state variable first name, right? And this first name we have used in the form. For example, if you go to form, go to first name field, go to input element, and here you can see value and then first name state, and this first name state basically contains the value. Okay, similarly you can go to last name and you can see the input element, value, last name, state variable, and this state variable basically contains the data. Okay, next email. So email state variable also contains the data, and this data we are basically setting over here by using the respective set method. Okay, so this is how the data will be populated in the form fields using state variables. In next lecture, we'll connect our React application to update employee REST API, and we'll send this updated form information to the update employee REST API, and then update employee REST API will update that data into a database. Alright, I will see you in the next lecture.